Hi everyone, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us this afternoon again for another Senderos webinar. Today I am going to be introducing you to the guys at Refugia Chiloé, which is really exciting. We have Macarena, who is on my left, who will be presenting the hotel and the lodge and experience to you. And we also have Claudia here as well, and she's in the bookings team. So it's great to be able to put some faces to names if you've heard of these guys before. Now, as you will already know, I know most of you on here, Refugia Chiloé is kind of newly branded, going into a new era for the lodge, having been taken back over by the original owners, the Purcell family, left the Tierra brand, now going forward as pure Refugia Chiloé, which is really exciting. They're due to reopen in October. And the family and the business also own Ski Portillo, just outside Santiago in the mountains. So right at the moment, they're very much concentrating on the season there, but they're also really gearing up to reopening in October with kind of a new fresh face. And some really exciting experiences and packages for guests. So Macarena, I would like to, give you the floor so that you can present, and then of course we'll have time for questions. And if you want to put anything in the chat box, please do feel free to do that.
Perfect. Thanks, Nicola, and good morning, everyone. Good morning here. It's 10 a.m. Good afternoon for you. As Nicola said, we're part of the Refugia Chiloé team, and we're very, very excited to be presenting Refugia back to you. We know that you know some of it, but we're really excited to introduce this new concept and this wonderful hotel and destination, which I've been to many times and still takes my breath away. So I hope you get to know it and experience it soon, hopefully, and for your guests and clients as well. So let me just share here our presentation. Yeah, when it goes full screen, I don't know why it goes white, but maybe
Okay.
it's white with you.
Yeah, that looks good. We can see that first slide.
Perfect. So, well, thank you all for being here today, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about Refugia Chiloé. First, where are we? As you can see here, you see Chile and Santiago as well, and then a bit south, you can see Refugia. Chile is a very remote but very well-connected country, and also Refugia has very good connections with overnight and direct flights from most of the capital cities. So it's a very accessible destination, and it still has that remote and kind of wild component to it. If we zoom in, we have the island of Chiloé, which is the largest island in Chile, in continental Chile. And it's made up from over 40 little islands from different sizes. And Chiloé, the big island of Chiloé, the one that you can see there, is the largest one. And it's a very unique and special destination, which enchants visitors from all over the world, with a sense of tradition and culture that is very, very specific to the island. If you fly to Santiago in an overnight flight, for example, you can get to Santiago in the morning and have an early flight, which is around 2 hours up until to Castro, which is only 30-minute ride, car ride to Refugia Chiloé. So it's a very accessible hotel. And also you have the option of going to Castro from Puerto Montt, which is in the Lake District, and there's a lot of guests that also combine those two destinations, and that usually takes about 4 hours and a half, and that includes a small ferry ride, which is really nice, and then a car ride up to Refugia. So let's talk about the hotel and the destination. As Nicola said, Refugia Chiloé is a family-run hotel. It's owned by the Purcell family, which have over 60 years of experience in the tourism industry. We are now currently on the winter season in Ski Portillo. which is where Henry Purcell, the family owner, he came to Chile in 1961 and established himself there. And Ski Portillo has over 75 years of operation and experience running this very family-oriented and detailed kind of experience, hospitality experience. So the family now returned with Refugia, and we are very happy to be able to show this new experience to our guests and to also be more open to families, to multi-generational families and groups and couples that are wanting this adventure and relax and rest that I know that many of us are really craving for. So as you can see here, that's a bit of the landscape and the architecture of the hotel, which is really breathtaking. Um, and the best way I think to get to know Chiloé, which is the thing we want to really invite our guests to do, is through adventure. We have excursions that are really tailor-made and designed for our guests with local guides that are super experienced and they know the island better than anyone. With them, you'll be able to really make the most of your experience there. And as our program is a full experience program, every guest has the chance to have at least one full day adventure or two half day adventures each day. So once you get to Refugia, you talk to our guides, our excursions team, and they're going to tailor the whole week or the days you'll be staying there towards your interests, your capabilities, and it's the greatest way to really make the most of Chiloé's landscapes, which are very, very varied. We have dunes, the sea, rivers, lakes, forests, waterfalls. It's really amazing, incredible nature, and it's like for everyone. You get to pick whatever you like best. Also, Refugia is really about exploring outside, but also exploring yourself within. We have an amazing spa with um, inside heated pool, outdoor pool as well, infinity pool. We have sauna and different a very wide menu of treatments and massages with local products, which is really really a special way to connect also with Chiloé and its culture. Um, Taking that moment to really reflect and relax and reconnect with yourself. We always say that if you go back feeling rejuvenated and relaxed and happy, we've done our job. So that's part of the experience you can expect from the spa as well. Going inside the hotel, the design is really making the most of the traditional Chilote culture and Chilean culture in general. It really selects the best and the most interesting textures and colors and really even craft items from the island. And it results in a very warm and cozy environment with little nooks and corners where you can like take a book and read in the fireplace and just be really having that quiet moment. And also the architecture, as you'll see in the pictures to come, is really something of a work of art in itself. It was inspired by the traditional palafito construction building style, which I'll show you later. And it really creates that sense of refuge, which is what Refugia stands for, right? Also within the really essence of the Purcell family and of all the businesses they have is sustainability. They have a huge connection with nature. And at Refugia, we really understand that being there in a place that is so special and so unique in its ecosystem is a really big responsibility. So sustainability is a huge topic for us. We have it running through all of our operations, even from the architecture itself, which is highly efficient and makes the most out of the natural resources like sunlight, wind, and heat, and also through our gardens. For example, we have organic gardens and orchards, which produce a lot of the ingredients that Francisco there in the picture, our head chef, later uses to create amazing dishes with so many flavors of the Chiloé Island. And as I told you before, this is one of the most iconic pictures of palafitos, which is the building technique that Chilote people use. It's very, very traditional, and it was used because the local population wanted to be near water because most of them were fishermen. I mean, the way to get around and to exist in an archipelago is through water. So people wanted to be near it, but still get protected from the changing tides, right? So Palafitos is a very intelligent way to do that. And the hotel was built with this inspiration with high pillars that resemble palafitos and make you feel like the hotel is kind of hovering above ground. Here you can see a bit of the architecture and the beautiful green, lush landscape and grounds in which it's settled. We have a lot of we really invite guests to walk around the grounds, explore on their own. We have the orchards, and we have also the dock that leads to the Williche, which I'll tell you later. And it's really a very, very nice space to walk around and enjoy and have like a little quiet time. Here, as you can see, is what I was telling you about of the construction. It kind of resembles Palafitos in the way that every room is on the second floor, so you feel like you're above the hills and above the water, which is really, really nice. And the whole hotel has very wide panel windows, floor to ceiling, so you never miss anything that's happening outside, and you feel very connected to nature, even when you're inside, cozy and warm with a cup of coffee or with a glass of wine. I think that one of the best things of Chiloé is its changing skies. It has beautiful colors, and you can always see everything happening, birds passing by, and it's a very alive environment that you can also take advantage of from the inside of the hotel as well. We have these small spaces that are very cozy and comfortable. Refugia Chiloé is a boutique hotel. It's not a huge hotel. We have 24 rooms, which I'll show you a bit more in a few slides. But it's a very cozy and kind of welcoming hotel. And the inside spaces also invite guests to relax and have a nice time with the group they're coming with, or with couples, or even to make new friends. We often have people that arrive the same day and are always in the afternoon talking about the adventures they had that day. And it turns out to be like a very, very nice and very intimate sharing space for everyone. We also have a wide bar, which offers signature cocktails every day and also highlights very unique and local products. For example, miel de ulmo, which is a very specific honey that is produced in Chiloé, maqui, nalca leaves, and different ingredients that our bartenders incorporate into their preparations. And it's a really fun place to share with other guests and with your group. So now going into the rooms, we have 24 rooms that have they're facing, for one hand, the wetlands, and the others are facing the sea. So we have both have beautiful views, and one are the Puyao rooms and one are the Rilan rooms. Apart from those, we have suites, which also kind of take it to another level with a sitting lounge and also wider bathrooms. And here you can see, for example, the views that we have from one of the Rilan rooms. It is really beautiful with wooden clad all over. We have also very, very specific details that we like to offer to our guests. For example, these hand woven pantuflas or slippers that local women we work with are knitting the whole year through, even when the hotel is closed for the winter, and that we offer as a gift to our guests so that they can walk around the hotel and be really comfortable with their sleepers. We often say that if we see a guest like coming down from the rooms to the living room or the sitting area in their sleepers, is because they feel at home and they feel really comfortable and happy. So that's a really nice touch that we offer our guests as well. Here, for example, you can see one of our suites, which is facing the Puyao wetlands. It is a rising tide bay, which is very beautiful and filled with migratory birds. And it changes every day. In the morning, you can see the high tides and then the low tides, and the landscape really transforms itself. It's really beautiful. And also here you can see that our spa also incorporates the same um, details and textures that we can highlight from the design and architecture overall. We have this space that is very secluded and quiet and warm, so that guests can have like a really special moment and relax and enjoy. We usually have comments from our guests that say, I wish I'd booked an extra night so I could just stay at the hotel and, I don't know, read a book by the fire, watch what's happening outside through the windows, or just spend the day at the spa, because really it's an adventure being outside and also being inside. So it's a really well-rounded and very yin-yang experience for our guests. Here you can see the views from the infinity pool outside, which connects to the spa. And I think that's one of the best places to see the sunset. It's very beautiful with changing colors, and you can really see everything that's going on outside. As I told you before, our guides are really experts of the island. They know the island and every corner of of the island very well. And being accompanied by them, I think that really makes the most out of every excursion. They have so much knowledge that can share with you, and every excursion is discussed with you beforehand, so you know where you're going, what you'll be seeing. We have excursions, for example, that focus on wildlife. Chiloé has a very unique and special ecosystem, natural ecosystem, and we have, for example, dolphins, if you have any luck, whales. I was there a couple of months ago and I got to see a whale, which was very, very touching. And we also have the pulu, which is the smallest deer in the world, and it's very cute. And if you're lucky, you'll be able to see it in mainly going through the forest. But we also have the beaches of the Pacific Ocean, which are very wide and wild, and also waterfalls and mountains and rivers. And our team there is prepared to offer all of those activities to our guests, and really understand what their goal is when they come to Refugia, and so that they can make the most out of the days they'll be there. One of the things that I really enjoy is kayaking through the rivers and the sea. I think that's a great way to spot wildlife as well. And we offer kayak, e-bikes, trekkings. You can also have a stand-up paddle. There's an infinity of activities you can do at Refugia. And we're also trying each year and each season to incorporate and really make each experience the best it can be. Also, Chiloé, as I told you, has a really special ecosystem. So there you'll find species of animals and also plants that you won't be able to see anywhere else. For example, the nalca leaf, which is a huge leaf that also inspired our new logo. It's been used by the local people for centuries, and it also is the leaf that is used to cover the curanto, which is a local preparation, food preparation that is baked in a hole in the ground, and that's been around for centuries. And once you remove the nalca leaf, you can see that all of the food that is potatoes and meat and vegetables and seafood mussels and clams and everything has been cooked with the vapor of the nalca leaf, and that gives it a flavor that is really unlike anything you've tasted before. So everything that makes Chiloé very special and unique is also brought to the experience that we create at Refugia. As I was telling you before, guests that are with our full experience program have one full day excursion or two half-day excursions per day. And one of those is horseback riding. We have our own stable and horses. And we're also offering this kind of activities for families of different ages. Horseback riding can be a very fun and learning activity for kids, for example. And we have excursions and activities that are for all ages, but we are now, once we open in October again, we are really making sure that we have more tailored excursions for kids. So we're getting new e-bikes that are suitable for children, and equipment and gear that they can use for horseback riding as well. We really like that families can go out and have an excursion and go outside and have this adventure the whole day, and that every member in the family can go together so they can share this experience. So we're really working on that, and most of our excursions in the menu is suitable for people of most ages. And as I was telling you before, I think one of my personal highlights of Refugia is the Williche, our boat. It is a wooden boat. You'll see here yellow and black. It was hand built by local boat builders in Chiloé with all of the traditional design incorporated. And the thing about Williche is that it's almost as an extension of the hotel, but in the sea. You get the same service and the same coziness, but you're going through all the inner seas and channels of the Chiloé archipelago, which is the best way to discover these islands. From the Williche, we have several excursions that take you to different islands where people really work on their land, and you can see the traditional way of living of Chilote people. And also we have kayak and stand-up paddle and a zodiac boat that really takes you to kind of other places where you can maybe spot dolphins that are maybe a little bit further away, but we can take you there with the Williche. And it's a really fun boat ride. We do it at least twice a week, and it's a really great way to get to know the archipelago. This is, for example, the view that you get from inside the Williche towards the Chiloé Island. It's a really nice way to spend the day, and of course, as I said, it's suitable for everyone, so whole families can go and have fun. And this is wonderful landscape that you can see when you get inside the Williche. It is a beautiful trip, and we've heard that guests really love it, and they can really experience what Chiloé is all about. And of course, navigation is a huge part of that experience. Here you can see a bit of the dining room. The dining experience in Refugia, I think, really highlights the best of the Chilote ingredients. Our chef, Francisco Castañeda, has been there for over 4 years, and he really knows what the Chilote cuisine is all about. It's very specific and very unique, and we work with local producers. So most of our food is either produced on the grounds of the hotel with our garden and an orchard, or with local people who produce lettuces, potatoes, honey, and all sorts of ingredients that really highlight the flavors of the Chilote cuisine. And also, I think one of the signature aspects of Refugia is that our staff is really attentive. We offer a very close and warm service. It's a boutique hotel, so everyone is really making sure that you get the best out of this experience and that you feel at home and comfortable. So that's something you should expect from this experience. And just to be wrapping up, I think that Refugia is really an invitation to explore the outside, but also to take a moment and relax and have a bit of a disconnection of the wild and maybe craziness of the day to day that everyone has, and really stop time, enjoy and reconnect with nature and with yourself. So, as Nicola said, we'll be opening again in October. We are really working hard to have everything um, really working for our guests in October, and we are happy to welcome everyone, um, especially from the UK, which I know that has received a lot of interest towards Chile and Chiloé as well. And before I finish, I just wanted to show you a little sneak peek with a video we have that is, I think, really communicates what Refugia Chiloé is all about. So let me just share that with you.
Oh, you're still on mute, Macarena.
There. I hope you liked the video and that you feel inspired to visit Refugia very soon. We hope.
That's fantastic. Thanks so much. I'm not sure the sound came out for anyone else with that video, but I think the actual speed of the video was fine, so we could see the video itself. But what I'll do is I'll
Great.
link the video in the follow up because it is a really nice one, and I do think that it does, as you say, give this really beautiful kind of aspect of what, it gives that overall panoramic view of what Refugia Chiloé is all about. And yeah, thanks so much for that presentation. It really kind of evoked very, very fond memories of my two visits to the hotel and taking a trip out in the Williche and having delicious food and seeing huge pods of dolphins and going kayaking. And I think Chiloé for me really is a very interesting destination. I know it's a sometimes a difficult destination to sell. It's not in the highlight trip necessarily of Chile, but I think it is a really interesting destination for bird life, wildlife, being by the sea, but also culturally. Like culturally, it's very, very rich. And it's one of those places in Chile that you actually do get to see these very strong cultural kind of traditions through the wool and the food and the farming. So that is definitely something to bear in mind. So yeah, has anyone got any questions? If you don't worry, Laura, you go on, and yeah, if anyone's got any questions, then do let us know. If you want to unmute yourselves or pop anything in the box. Yeah, hi
Oh,
Ed, how's it
hi, thanks.
going?
I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, when are I'm assuming it's the summer months, but when's the driest months? Because I know Chiloé can be quite wet. When's best to avoid that? And follow on, when's the best months for the whales? I realise you can't obviously guarantee nature, but if you were going to
Yeah.
play the odds.
I think that the driest months are from, I would say, December through February, which is kind of the peak of the summer here.
Yeah.
But we have a saying in Chiloé that if it's not raining right now, it's going to rain later. So, I mean, a little bit of rain is to be expected. But I think that most of our excursions and activities are suitable for that as well. I mean, a little rain is part of the experience as well. And it doesn't, if it's not like really heavy, it doesn't really interrupt our schedule. Mhm. And well, regarding the whales, that's a very wild guess. We were really lucky to spot one a couple of months ago, and it happens from time to time, but that's not really something we can guarantee. But of course, dolphins and there's loads of other wildlife that you can see in the ocean and also inland in the forest. We have an excursion to the Tepuhueco Park, which is a huge forest, natural forest, and there you will be able to see pulus, maybe a lot of birds. It's a very hot destination for bird watching.
Okay, great, thank you.
Can I ask about the Williche and because I think it's a unique part of the experience of visiting you, and it's something that I think sets you apart from other practices that we offer. So I'd like all of our clients to have the opportunity to go on it. And how long should we recommend they stay at Refugia in order to be able to guarantee that they will be able to come on board?
Yeah, I agree that the Williche is definitely one of the factors that makes a lot of our guests choose us because it's a really fun and unique experience, I think. Also because you're not with loads of tourists like going on this ride. It's only you and a couple of more of the guests, hotel guests, and it's really like tailored for each one. And I would think that, I mean, we try to have the navigation at least twice a week. Of course, it depends on climate and the weather conditions, but that's one thing we always try to offer our guests. So I would recommend at least 4 nights so that they'd be able to have this navigation.
I think, yeah, that's great to know that you can kind of guarantee that. I think also if you do put in a request with your DMC to say, this is something I really want for my clients if they're staying 3 nights, then at least they will know in advance that that is, that's something they can program, hopefully. 2 times I've stayed, they've always managed to have it on, but that's probably because I was there with groups. But even so, it was going out the days either side of me as well, which is good. How many, so you would recommend at least 4 nights, but if you've got 3 nights, let's say Macarena, can you give us kind of a general itinerary of what you would suggest people do, like combination of different experiences?
Yeah, of course. I think that for a shorter stay, you can still do a lot of the activities we offer, and at least hopefully one trip in the Williche. But also you'll be able to have one full day excursion and maybe a half day. And that also will give you an afternoon or a morning to be able to enjoy the hotel and have a little spa time. and also like just be in the hotel grounds that are also very, very nice. And I would say that the excursions team and everyone there at Refugia really are really flexible, and they really accommodate to the guests' needs. And also the schedule can change because of weather conditions. So it's really flexible, and you can talk about what you want, and everyone will try to accommodate what you're looking to do during your stay. So I think that because it is a smaller hotel, just 24 rooms, we're able to offer that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I do think the times I have been is that everyone has said, I wish I had half a day just to kind of sit around, or even just sit in bed and watch the birds. The birds are just amazing. There's so many flocks going past those huge windows all day. It's quite extraordinary. Somebody did ask about horseflies. Do you have horseflies in the
Horse flies.
region? So they're the big
Uh,
flies that bite.
ah, I think we have some during the summer, but it's not something that really
I've
interrupts. I
not come
mean,
across them, no. I've been to Chiloé lots of
no,
times. I've not really come across them, but um, it doesn't sound like
no.
guests have really suffered from that in the past.
I mean,
Um,
we all are always inviting guests to nature, and I mean, insects and everything is part of nature, but I
sure,
wouldn't say it's kind of an impediment to have fun or enjoy.
great.
Yeah.
Do you have any guides that speak French? And are you open to doing private services?
Yes, we are open for private services, actually, private excursions. If we have a guest with special interests like fishing or helicopter rides, we can organize those. Obviously with some time in advance, but we can do that. And Claudia, I think we have French-speaking guides, right? We can offer those with a bit of time as well.
Yes, yes, we have been able to arrange German guides, French guides. So yeah, no problem. In advance, we can organize it.
Oh, that's really good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would just add that Chiloé is a very special and unique destination, even for Chileans. I'm Chilean and I've been there a couple of times. I mean, more than a couple, but it's really like a hidden gem for Chileans here. It's very well liked, and everyone really wants to go back after they get there. So I know that it's not maybe on the hot list for Chilean destinations yet, but I think it has so much to offer to people who don't know it. And it's a truly unique experience that it's really hard even to put into words, and even with a video and everything, it's hard to communicate what it feels like.
Yeah. So, Claudia, sorry, did you have a question
Yes,
or
I
a
just wanted,
comment?
yeah, I just wanted to add that logistically, we are now more flexible with the transfer services. It used to be like a special schedule and specific times of day. We're now meeting any flight in and out of Puerto Montt and Castro for this season, and even for a 2 night stay, which obviously is not ideal, but there used to be like a 4 night minimum stay to have the transfer from Puerto Montt. We're now including it for even for shorter days. So it
I was
facilitates
gonna
the
ask that,
combination.
yeah. So do you do that at specific times of the day? Are there kind of fixed transfer times?
We will do it according to the flight times because they
Yeah,
vary along the season. So we
yeah,
will
great.
adapt the transfer to the commercial flights.
Great. I also, in the follow-up, I'll send a link to the resources, so the fact sheet and the rates, and it has that written in the rates, I think, as well. So that's great,
Yeah.
Claudia. Thank you. Right. Does anyone else have any other questions? No. Well, if anybody is heading out to Chile next season and you fancy a trip to Chiloé, do let us know, because it would be great to get you to Refugia and experience it for yourselves. Do you include transfers to and from Puerto Varas hotels? I'm assuming not, but you can kind of add on a kind of a supplement to the Puerto Montt transfer, possibly.
Yes, yes, that's correct. We can have you have the option of the full private transfer from Puerto Varas to the hotel, or just the supplement from Puerto Varas to Puerto Montt to meet the airport transfer.
Okay, great. And when do you, what date do you close next at the end of the season?
We'll be closing in May.
Yeah, okay.
So the season runs through October up until the first days of May.
First days of May. Okay, we've got someone
Yes.
who's looks like who wants to go, Stephanie, in April/May, so it might be more towards April than May. But yeah, that's
That's
also good to
perfect.
know. The first days of May. Um, Great. All right, well, thank you so much, Macarena and Claudia, and everyone else for coming along. As I mentioned, I will follow up. And just to say, we've got quite a busy webinar season on at the moment. I've got Anaconda next week, Anaconda Amazon Cruises in Ecuador, and then Cayman the week after. I've just sent those two out, so do take a look at those if you can sign up. But yeah, I will send the follow up, and please do let me know if there's anything else we can help you with. And thanks
Thank
very
you.
much, Macarena.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicola, and thanks everyone for joining. We're really excited to open up in October again, so I hope we'll see you soon there.
Perfect. Thank you, and see you soon.